What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to the video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for the 2024 Focus Health 250. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Xfinity Series heads to Atlanta Super Speedway, a 1.5-mile racetrack that races like a super speedway. The last time we ran Atlanta Motor Speedway, we saw Austin Hill steal the win from Jesse Love and pick up his second win of 2024. He'll be looking to pick up his third win of the 2024 season this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So weather for this weekend is looking extremely promising. It's going to be 84 degrees high with 60 degrees low, a 20% chance of rain with partly cloudy skies. Gonna be a little warm, but not too bad if we're headed out to the racetrack, and hopefully you guys get to see some pretty exciting racing this time around at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and hopefully we can get some good racing this weekend in. So now, we're going to jump into the picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks usually work. I usually do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle throughout the weekend, who I think will not have a good run. I do 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers who desperately need a good run, who I think will have a great run this weekend. And I do my winner's pick, the driver who thinks is going to win the race overall. And I usually do drivers you watch out for. And usually for the Xfinity Series, I got 4 drivers you watch out for. But because we're at a super speedway, I got 5 drivers you watch out for, along with the race winner. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the 2024 Focus Health 250? My first suck pick for this week in Atlanta is a driver of the 9 car for Junior Motorsports, Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones has struggled a lot so far in 2024. His luck on super speedways this year has not been that great. It was also announced very recently that he'll be leaving JRM at the end of the year, so I don't expect there to be a lot of great performances for Brandon Jones throughout the rest of the 2024 season. I sadly think he's going to struggle. I don't think things are going to go well for him for the rest of the year, and I think Brandon Jones, unfortunately, will not have a good run, and I think he'll sadly struggle this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway. My second suck pick for this week in Atlanta is the driver of the 1 car for Junior Motorsports, Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer has either been hot or either been cold so far in 2024. It seems like, especially as of recently, this one team has been very, very cold in performance. Sam Mayer's had a lot of finishes outside the top 30, and generally his luck on super speedway tracks has not been really that great. I think Sam Mayer is probably going to get caught up in a wreck or incident. It's not been the greatest year so far. Yes, he has 2 wins, but he currently sits 13th in the regular season standings. I think Sam Mayer will not have a good run. I think he, unfortunately, will end up struggling this weekend in that number 1 car at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And now we're going ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the Focus Health 250. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this week in Atlanta is a driver of the 27 car for Jordan Anderson Racing, Jeb Burton. Jeb Burton is a pretty underrated super speed racer in my opinion. Every time Jordan Anderson Racing shows up to the track, they're always very fast on these types of tracks. And remember, he did win a super speedway race at Talladega in 2023. I think if he doesn't make a mistake on the racetrack, I do think Jeb Burton is actually going to have a really solid chance and a strong opportunity to be very, very competitive. So I expect some really good speed out of the 2017 this weekend, and maybe, just maybe, he could be a sleeper to make the playoffs once again in 2024. My second underdog pick for this week in Atlanta is a driver 31 car for Jordan Anderson Racing, Parker Retzlaff. Very similar to Jeb Burton, Parker Retzlaff is a pretty good super speedway racer. Most of his top 5 finishes in Xfinity, of course, have come as super speedways. And remember, earlier this year at Daytona, he finished in the top 5. I expect Parker to be very, very competitive this weekend. I think he's going to have a really good chance and opportunity to maybe get a top 5, get some redemption from last week where he basically didn't even get to complete many laps at Darlington. I think Parker Retzlaff will have a very strong run for sure this weekend at Atlanta. And now we're going ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for the Focus Health 250. Who is my winner's pick? The driver who I'm picking to win this weekend is a driver who completely dominated this race in the spring and absolutely should have won. And this car has been very fast on these types of tracks throughout the year. I am picking the driver of the 2 car for Rich Choice Racing, Jesse Love, to pick up his second career Xfinity win and his second win of 2024. Jesse, like I mentioned, completely dominated this race. He almost led the whole entire event. That 2 car was really, really strong. Yes, Austin Hill won, but the 2 car was the fastest car overall that day. I think Jesse Love is going to get the redemption that he clearly deserves, and I think Jesse Love will finally get another win and get his second win of 2024 this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway with Richard Choice Racing. And now we're going ahead and jump on the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Atlanta. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you should watch out for this weekend at Atlanta is the driver of the 21 car for Rich Trolls Racing, Austin Hill. Austin Hill is probably the favorite going into this weekend because 3 of the 5 Atlanta races we've had in the Xfinity Series, he has gone to victory lane. And it would not shock or surprise me if Austin Hill gets his 4th win at this track. He's been extremely dominant here. He's been really great at super speedways, though he's been a little unlucky as of recently at super speedways. I do think Austin Hill will have a great run this weekend at Atlanta. The second driver to watch out for this weekend in Atlanta is the driver of the 97 car for Kaulig Racing, Shane Van Gisbergen. Shane Van Gisbergen has been improving really well at ovals, and remember, he finished 3rd at Atlanta in the spring. I expect Shane to be very competitive this week, and I think the Kaulig organization, they have found some speed, especially as of late with the speed they've been showing. I think SVG, of how much better he's gotten on super speedways, I think Shane Van Gisbergen will have a very solid and strong performance this weekend at Atlanta. The third driver to watch out for this week in Atlanta is a driver of the 18 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed, if I remember correctly, finished in 2nd or inside the top 5 the last time we were here at Atlanta, and Sheldon Creed has been very close to winning races this year. Let's be real and honest, he probably should have won Darlington last weekend. I think he's going to have a really good chance and opportunity to get it done. He's been close to winning at the track multiple different times. I think Sheldon Creed will have a solid chance and a pretty strong opportunity to be very, very competitive this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The fourth driver to watch out for this weekend at Atlanta is a driver of the 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Ryan Truex. Ryan Truex, in all honesty, in all seriousness, is a pretty underrated super speed racer. In the last super speed race at Daytona, guess what? He went to victory lane. And I remember correctly, in 2023 and 22 in all the races, he's finished in the top 5 every time he's ran here. So I think Ryan Truex is going to be very fast, very strong, and very, very competitive. I would not be surprised or shocked if he gets his 3rd win of 2024 this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And the 5th final driver that I think you should watch out for this weekend at Atlanta is a driver's 7 car for Junior Motorsports, Justin Allgaier. Justin Allgaier is another driver I feel like is pretty underrated at super speedways. He, of course, won a Daytona in 2023, and he's had some pretty decent finishes at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the past. I do think Justin Allgaier is going to be a threat and contender for the win for sure. He's looking to basically, I believe, get his 26 or 27 career Xfinity Series win and get his 3rd win of the year. I think Justin Allgaier have a really great chance and a strong opportunity to get that victory this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So, those are my race picks for the Focus Health 250. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Brandon Jones, Sam Mayer. My underdog picks are Jeb Burton, Parker Retzlaff. My winner's pick is Jesse Lubb. And the ones to watch out for are Austin Hill, Shane Van Gisbergen, Sheldon Creed, Ryan Truex, and Justin Allgaier. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for the Race 6 video for the 2024 Focus Health 250 at Atlanta. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, does go live on my channel. Follow me to our Facebook and Instagram and support my Patreon as well. Let's go below that and comment with your thoughts below and your picks below for this weekend at Atlanta. Tell me your suck picks, tell me your underdog picks, tell me your winner's pick, and let me your drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Atlanta. Let me your picks in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have the NASCAR Cup Series race picks video for the Quaker State 400. Then we're also likely going to have the paint scheme video for the Quaker State 400. And most likely Friday, we'll have the NASCAR news video discussing news over the course the last couple of days. Might have a Haley Deegan video dropping soon as well. Then on Saturday, we are going to, of course, have the race reactions to the Xfinity Series race. And most likely a couple of Shane Van Gisbergen videos are going to be dropping this weekend as well on the channel. Got a lot of great content dropping that I cannot wait for you guys to check out. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.